We're recording. We're finally ready. Finally ready. Want some sugar?
Sure.
I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to touch your hand now. After seeing what you've just done.
Worried you?
Man, the way you just cracked Vasgin.
Yeah, that was for...
Oh my goodness me.
That was something.
Man, yeah, it was impressive. Which of the straps are
This one feels nice.
That's a new test out? Oh, yeah. Metal buckle there. You done anything training today?
Nope. Just back on the roof today. Back to work. Yeah, back to work. Body's not used to it. It's
Yeah, how many weeks were you over there?
4. Exactly a month.
Oh wow, nice. Nice.
Yeah, your hand's way too strong out of the strap.
Just get in your masterful strap. You want to give me the buckle?
Sure. I don't usually show my strap when training.
Oh, that's right. We can cut this bit out. We'll blur this. We'll blur this bit out.
Oh, that's all right.
I don't think people could really tell what you're doing anyway. Like you're very subtle
Yeah.
in getting what you want.
Yeah, I'm starting to incorporate the way Dallas likes to post down. Yeah, because it makes your arm as tall as it possibly can be.
Yeah,
How's the buckle feel?
it's great.
You use
I
this
can
one?
barely feel it. I haven't used it particularly, but yeah. Alright, this is what Vasgin felt.
Mate, we're nervous.
I'm the one that's nervous.
In the setup, I was doing this with Vaskin.
Yeah.
Get his fingers off me.
Yeah.
And we just kept going on a rest grip. Oh, jeez, your hands feel good.
I couldn't do that to you before.
Your hand feels much thicker and
Yeah, and honestly,
stronger.
I don't think it's my hand. I think it's this. I can just turn this on, and with a neutral hand, when I turn this on, it overwhelms your hand.
Yeah. This part right here feels
Dangerous?
dangerous.
Yeah. That's all. I'm all in on top roll.
I don't think
I've embraced my top roll as my ace, and I'm like, no.
I don't feel like I've felt that kind of strength from you before. Like that powerful.
There you go.
It's not even a point of me trying to top roll you.
I'll give you some space now.
Oh, I feel so strong. Yeah, cup feels better too.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh, you feel so strong.
Thanks, man. Oh, been working hard.
You leveled up.
Yeah.
Your arm looks thicker.
It's all. Everything's thicker. Everything's in my shoulders, my chest, my back feels a million times thicker. Like I said, I've only been training 2 days a week hand, essentially. 5 days a week or 4 days a week. training chest, back, and biceps. Chest, back, biceps, chest, back, biceps.
Do you think the chest helps?
Yeah. Because it's just giving me a bigger foundation to build this. Like, everything closer to my fingers matters more in an arm wrestle. I'm a big believer still. The most critical thing in the sport is that. Being dominant in that over your opponent will unlock so much. But the bigger foundation you have through your chest and back allows your shoulder to be bigger, allows your bicep to be bigger, allows your forearm to be bigger, and allows this to be stronger.
How beneficial do you think the bicep strength is?
I think it's the most important fundamental.
Really? Not more than back?
Well, bicep rising pressure, I think, is the most important, more important than this. For me, back pressure is anything I do that compels you to bring your elbow to the front. So this can feel like, to me, I don't know, but yeah, like Levan is Levan because no one can take the high ground off him. He just says, my biceps too big.
I see what you mean.
And so, I don't know if you could feel then. You made the comment, my hand. I contained with just my hand at first, but as you started to get to a threat point, I just added bicep.
Rising strength.
And your hand then became overwhelmed. Where your hand wasn't going to become overwhelmed if I just stayed on my hand.
Interesting.
Back pressure. Rising back pressure is king. In my eyes at the moment.
Rising back pressure. Can you rise through that?
Oh, no, I can't.
I have to go
Sideways. I have to go sideways. I couldn't go straight back.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah. Hey, once you got it curled in and you get lats down. Because lats are stronger than biceps. I've always said that too, and that's always been a reason why I used to believe cup was the most important. Because if you can have sufficient cup, I always used to say if your cup is stronger than someone's bicep, you get to use your lats against their bicep. But the thing is, that's only possible in a certain weight category. There is a certain category, and I think it's around the 100 kilo mark, where hands cannot keep up with biceps. Biceps will always outdo hands. From the 100 kilos guys up. 70 kilo guys, I think their biceps can't outdo hands. Hence you see a lot more inside pulling and hooking and pressing.
Right. Those American pullers, their hook's ridiculous. Most of them I couldn't touch their hook. Like E.T., Arm Wrestling Whisperer, his hook is very impressive.
Yeah, I looked it.
His cup feels great. I pretty much had to press him. Voskin's hook's possibly the most powerful.
And what style of hook does it feel? Are they elbow-based hookers? Are they bicep and drag hookers? Are they rotation in the hand hookers?
Cup and probably pec. Cup and pec. It doesn't feel like it's elbow, unless it's Rez. He's the only person who completely does that.
Can I Kings move you?
Sure.
I've been working on that.
Oh, nice pronation.
Nice. Very well played. I've always said I think being a King's move is more a table IQ test than it is a strength test. You walked all the right little steps then. That's good because I could have turned offense on and obviously got the pin, but I wanted to see if I could bleed you using it. And no, I couldn't. You won.
Your pronation chain during the King's move feels solid.
Yeah, it's solid enough that I can flatten Lachlan out
Yeah.
with it.
Oh, you blew my thumb off. Your hand feels thicker, especially around this part.
Yeah, I'll go there again.
Okay. Doing much smarter this time. Yeah. I tried giving my wrist away to.
Yeah, because the balance of that, the thumbs, if you get over it, you get control. So I was trying to prevent you from getting over the thumb.
Did well.
The thumb balance is critical to a king's move.
So do you do a lot of pronation through the thumb? Or is it just...
The king's move just comes to me sort of instinctively. I don't train it at all. As in, I don't train anything in the gym to develop it. It's just a means of preventing the loss. Like, I'll always try to win with fundamental shape, but sometimes I can't, and I can feel someone's too good inside, and if I could stay up here, but I just lose. I'm like, why the hell would I just lose when I can just transition to that, and then someone can't pin me?
Right.
It's like, I don't know, and then it's just feel the gaps, take them when they present them, rise, cup.
Do you think in future it might be your best weapon?
I think it already is one of my best weapons.
Really?
I use it so infrequently, but in the right match, it's the reason why I'll get the win. Like, even when I pulled Denis Saplinkov and Denis rocked over, he was impressed with my little, because I went to a king's move against Denis, and he joked saying, "Oh, careful, you might get injured," but he still was like, "No, that's solid."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Could you understand what he was saying, or was there a translator?
No, there was a translator.
Ah,
translator.
okay.
And then the people in the comments section on YouTube that could understand Russian were all saying, "Well, Denis is giving you a lot of compliments during this pull."
Was did you ever get the full translation?
No, I never did.
Okay.
I should.
Yeah, I got that perfect strap with Voskin. I was very happy. And he let me get it. He had, I feel like he has no idea what to do with the strap.
Well, I've had that same feeling because we have spent, as a club in a region, we spend a lot of time in the strap. And I think subsequently our intuition on the strap is higher than a lot. And I've been overseas as well and pulled with people and thought, they don't know what I've just taken from them. Like, I've got a lot and they don't know
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good strap this time. I can feel that I'm not particularly connected down here, so I'm just gonna have to use my hand real dominantly.
So annoying.
If I let you get that connection and get to there, I'm gone. I can feel that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You gonna try to press it, are you, Jamie? No.
I'll come in. I'll try and press you. Oh, you feel so bloody strong. It's very interesting how your strength is changing.
It's exciting for me because I can feel it too. I've never had a chapter that has felt as dramatic as this one.
The interesting where you'll plateau.
Yeah, and how long it takes before I get to the plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like just going off Sebastian, like him talking about my benching, like he's saying, I'm still well and truly in the new zone. I'm only 12 weeks into it. Like 12 months into it, I might start to see a slow grind have to be, but there's still so much to go. So
Right.
I think,
You think this is genetic potential, or
well, it's funny, yeah, because like historically people have always said, Ryan's genetically a terrible responder. But it's evident now that I was responding to my stimulus, which was only hand and wrist. I wasn't doing any of this. But now you can see what my body responds to when I do this consistently.
do you regret not training your frame in a way?
No, I wouldn't change anything because I feel like the decade that I put in my hand and wrist is now the reason why my trajectory is going to be steep. Because as I add this base power, I've already got a hand good enough for this level, for this level, for this level, for this level. If I had, there's a lot of people out there with way bigger base power than I've currently got that I can beat in an arm wrestle because their hand sucks. But I've done a decade of just hand. I've done a decade of just right hand. So my hand is, I think my hand is ready for a very high standard in the sport. That when accompanied with my back pressure and an increased foundation, will set me very well. Because like, look at my recent matches. Even the loss to Zurab. I'm winning hand control. I'm taking people's wrists outside of straps. There was a time in my arm wrestling career where I used to run for the straps. I used to ball up. I don't ball up on anyone now. I'm holding on and I'm going to top roll you. And if we slip, it's because you dumped your wrist and you got away.
Right.
I don't feel, and no one I'm gripping makes me go, oh no, I need to run. I'm going.
Nobody.
No, Zurab didn't make me want to run. Lachlan currently isn't making me want to run.
Very interesting.
I don't know, like Bogdan didn't make me want to run. Even Ray didn't make me want to run. Even though Ray kicked my ass, round one, wrong decision. I just tried to hook. Round two, when I top rolled, his wrist went and he slipped. Right. Same again in the third round. His wrist went and he slipped, and the straps he won. But my wrist just feels good, and that's why James Shaw's up the creek. Because I tell you, if I take his wrist, it won't matter that back pressure that he's got.
It'll be interesting. Nice little rematch. I'm sure it won't be the last one.
Destined for a trilogy. Although he has to win for it to be a trilogy. Otherwise it just gets an embarrassing show for him. Can I come back from here? No? Well, I like these challenges. It's gonna be. I'm sorry, Jamie. It's gonna. I'm gonna do it easy.
It's gonna be a lot of side pressure.
I'm gonna just throw you off the table. You ready? Sorry, Jamie. I could feel it. I could feel it. It wasn't enough there. I couldn't go out and around, but I through the center.
You feel
different.
Okay. Your hand, for me, every time I gripped you, right now it feels the strongest. When you versed Ray and I arm wrestled you, for me that was the strongest point of your wrist, and then when you were versing Zurab, personally I thought it felt weaker.
There you go. Well, you thought my wrist felt weaker in prep for Zurab?
In my opinion, but your arm felt much stronger.
And now my hand feels good again?
Right now your frame, your hand feels very good. Feels like I'm pulling some very strong elite.
Man, you slip off the pad, that was good.
You faded me. Too strong.
Oh, good. No, I was hoping to get you out there so I could go back around.
Yeah.
But you saw what I was trying to do.
Is there any other strap we haven't tried?
We've done the wide one yet? Is that the wide one? There's one that's two.
Yes.
This is 2.5. This is 3.
Yeah, this will be the wide one. Big buckle. What do you think about the wide ones?
The what?
The wide strips.
They can be too wide. So this one's like, if you've arm wrestled with one of Devon's wide ones, they're 1.5 inches, I think. I find them too wide. This one's just a touch wider than the standard.
All right.
But it makes a bigger buckle as well, so you gotta, it's a lot of it comes down to, is the buckle comfortable? Yeah. I wasn't sure if you're going in or out. You came in. No pins tonight, Jamie. I'm sorry. Oh, baby, there is. There's no offense. I gotta bleed you out.
You're falling into my trap when I'm sitting.
No, but you're gassing. You're gassing though, Jamie. What's going on? Oh, what's going on? He's fighting back good.
Yeah, go for it.
Say it.
Go for it.
No, I can't pin you yet. There's more work to be done yet. It's coming, man. That was well played. I got confident and then I tried to pull out and you had me locked up. Nice. Now what you can do at 70 kilos and 16 is stupid. How are you coping with the internet? Doing what the internet does?
Well, I think every hater comment is funny, apart from the steroid one.
It pisses you off?
The steroid comment pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going on that shit for another decade.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're
Just
16.
me.
You would be crazy to do it at 16. Like
It's stupid.
you would be severely damaging to your future.
Yeah.
Right now you're in a state where your hormones, you're on gear naturally. Your human growth hormone, your testosterone, you're through the roof at this age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much.
It would be so damaging.
Pretty much on steroids naturally.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta, that age from like 14 through 20, you can almost, with everything your hormones are doing then, you can almost craft whatever body you want in that time.
Crafting an arm wrestler.
Yeah, that's why John was John, because during those key years he was doing this. I like that setup of yours there because it feels very top roll threat, but then it becomes immensely powerful when you supinate.
Yeah.
Like you can contain my back pressure and pronation with
That
this
was me
strap.
trying to copy John's grip.
It's a nice grip. It's forcing me to, I have to go there.
It was interesting with Alan. He says he never uses his index finger, ever. He reckons it just floats sometimes. He doesn't think about it.
Fair enough. He's got a big hand.
Oh yeah, he kept trying to tell me it's not his hand, it's his arm. But for me, it's definitely his hand. His hand was so thick.
Yeah.
My wrist was back in the setup. I was trying to tuck my elbow to get more cup, and my wrist was still back.
He's got a big hand.
Yeah.
And whether he's using it actively or not, it's still its effect on you. Its effect on the opponent's access is so significant.
It was making me not as confident to try and top roll.
Oh yeah, your top rolling Alan is yeah, nasty. Very few people do that. Look at the wars Cobra Rhodes had with Alan trying to top roll him.
Oh yeah.
We might have our first pin coming up. No, you went the wrong way. You should go to the top roll.
Now.
You should have gone to the top roll. You could have busted my wrist open.
It was in your fingers.
You had my wrist. If you had launched, I was going to be defending like that. Didn't expect you to come in. Yeah, you had it.
That grip's very comfortable.
It's good. I can feel it. You've got supination loaded with the ability to launch up pronation.
Allows me to.
You're
add a
deep
lot
and
of
high.
pressure.
You're deep and high.
My arm is going.
You're getting tired though. Go to your top roll. Go to your top roll. Nice. Well done. You got it. You got it.
I think I'm done.
Well done. Good way to finish. Outstanding work, man. Good to have you home again.
Thank you, Ron.